I want to tell you about a student at Howard I met named Otis.
My love for golf has been there since I ever started playing as a kid with my dad.
About a dream he had. About a vision he shared.
Otis talks about speaking things to existence, not knowing if it's going to happen or not. There's a lesson in that.
About the leap of faith he took. And how that changed the course of our university's history. Not many people know the history of golf at Howard. There was a women's club team in the 40s, and in 1958, a Division II varsity men's team was formed. The program would go on to have some success, but it disbanded in 1973 due to financial costs that led the university to prioritize other sports.
When I was a senior in high school, looking at Howard University as this great university, as my dream school, and not seeing golf, I had questions, I was confused, kind of frustrated. That was something that I wanted to change.
He probably was one of half a dozen emails posing the question as to whether or not we would consider having golf.
We talked about the fact that Howard should have a golf program, but it was always a matter of finances.
Otis decided to start small. In 2018, when he was a sophomore, he posted flyers and tried to build interest on campus for an intramural golf club.
I figured there would be some people who were at least interested or maybe had played golf at some point. And when I put it out, that was the case. There were. So I started the club officially my sophomore year, and the first time we competed was my junior year.
It was that same year, in early 2019, that Otis heard one of his favorite NBA players was coming to campus. Steph Curry was at Howard to promote Emmanuel, a film he executive produced. Otis made sure not to miss the opportunity.
At the end of the screening, he kind of was interacting with everybody down at the stage.
Otis tried to grab Steph's attention by mentioning a passion he knew they shared.
I'm like, hey Steph, let's get in a round of golf before you leave. He just kind of stopped in his tracks and then came back my way, and he was like, oh man, I can't even do it. I gotta hop on a flight, but if not, I would. And then he just knelt down and we started talking.
He had been fighting to try to get a club team started, but the big vision was to play Division I golf at Howard, but they didn't have a team, and so that obviously caught my ear. The way that he spoke about opportunities that could come out of playing golf and being supported by a university like that could change a lot of people's lives.
He's like, oh, that's dope. I would get behind that, take down my information. I definitely went back to my dorm and was just screaming that really just happened.
Otis emailed Steph right away. A few weeks later, he saw Steph's name pop up in his inbox.
He responded and was just like, hey, thanks for tracking me down. I'd love to hop on a call and get more of an idea of what your vision is. And I responded and let him know some dates that, I'd be available to speak. And from there, I didn't hear from him again.
And good evening, everyone. An excited crowd here at Oracle Arena. Curry, long distance. Bang!
The 2019 NBA playoffs were underway, and Steph was focused on leading the Warriors back to the finals.
Puts it in again!
But he never forgot about Otis or their conversation.
Steph Curry and his team first reached out to us sometime in the spring of 2019.
The manager actually spoke to me about Steph's encounter with a young student at Howard named Otis Ferguson, who I knew because Otis had written me at least 10 emails about starting a golf program at Howard. But I remember the day when the manager called me back and said, Steph wants to know how much it would cost to fund a Division I golf program. And my eyes started to, I was like, whoa, okay.
There's a lot of black men and women that love to play the game, myself included. If we can create a vision for them, if this is the North Star of you could play Division I golf at HBCU, and then create a support system that supports them all the way through, that's the long-term win, that's the long-term impact.
And in August 2019, Howard University became that North Star.
I called Otis, I said, hey, so what are you doing next week on whatever date the announcement was? And he said, I've got class at such and such a time. And he started going through his schedule. I said, well, you may have to bump a few things because Steph Curry's coming in and we're going to announce the beginning of a Division I golf program. And we want you at the announcement.
Steph committed to fund both the men's and women's Division I golf team for the first 5 years, and the university pledged to make the program sustainable.
It's a pretty exciting day, to be honest. I've been looking forward to this for a very long time, since January, I should say. And 7.5, 8 months later, we are here announcing the first Division I golf program for Howard University, all because of this guy right here. So y'all give it up for Otis Ferguson.
For Otis, now a senior, his dream of playing golf at Howard was about to become a reality.
It was just like that moment of like realizing a dream or like something actually manifesting.
He's very passionate, he's very determined, he's very hardworking, and he dreams big. That's the thing. For him to have the courage and boldness to walk down at that screening and say, hey, this is what I got, this is what I'm interested in, it says a lot about who he is as a person, and thankfully we got to see his dream come to life.
My main takeaway from this experience has been whatever it is that you're passionate about, whatever it is that you dream about, start on it and keep going. Because at no point did I ever feel like I was necessarily making strides, but I never stopped. And so within the game of golf and just in life, I've learned that the way to see that success is just to keep going.
Otis had a dream that he nurtured and wasn't afraid of sharing. Because of that, he fulfilled his dreams of playing collegiate golf and helped fulfill the dreams of all of those to come, including me. I am Raquel Simpson, Howard class of 2024, and thanks to Otis and Steph, a member of the Howard Bison Division I golf team.